it's time for us to do some phonics and handwriting. All right, so today's objective is I can sort things that begin or do not begin with T. So today we're going to be doing our sort of words that begin or don't begin with T. So let's think about what we're going to need to use to help us master this objective. So for sorting, we're going to be cutting out words and deciding, do they begin with T or do they not begin with T? So we're definitely going to need to use our hands. We're also going to need to think about, is it beginning with that t sound? If I have my sound hound out, remember here's his tail, here's his head. Is that first sound that we hear, is that the t sound? So we're really going to need to be using our ears to hear the sound at the beginning. And we're also going to need to use our mouth because we're going to say the words like we're going to say tooth. And we're going to decide, did I hear that t sound at the beginning? Yes, I did. So I would say, yes, that begins with T. So we're going to need to use our ears and our mouth to decide if it begins with T. And we're also going to need to use our brain to really be thinking about that T sound, that t sound. So here's what we're going to need to do. I'll meet you over at the screen and we'll get started. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and begin with the T song. So stand on up so we can do that T song all together one last time. So down and cross at the top, pull down and cross on the top, pull down and cross on the top to make a capital T. Pull down and cross in the middle, pull down and cross in the middle, pull down and cross in the middle to make a lowercase t. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-t, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-t. For T's a jolly good letter, for T's a jolly good letter, for T's a jolly good letter, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-t. Nice work, you guys. All right, we're going to get started on our sorting of T words and non-T words. So remember, our objective is to sort things that begin or do not begin with the t sound, with the T sound. So remember, we're looking for words that say t in the beginning. So let's look at what words we have. We have lion, donut, tiger, monkey, teddy, tooth, tap, and king. So we're going to begin by writing our name at the top and then tracing our letter T's. And once you're there, then you can cut along the bottom line and we can get started with our sorting. Okay, hopefully now you guys have finished writing your name and tracing your T's and we'll get started with our sorting. Let's begin with lion. Lion. Does lion begin with the t sound? No, it doesn't. It begins with the sound for L, lion. So I'm going to go ahead and put an X over that one because I'm unable to cut them out, but I can show that it does not begin with T by putting an X on it. You guys can go ahead and cut it out and glue it onto our row of things that do not begin with T. Let's look at our next picture. Donut. Donut. Does donut make the t sound at the beginning? No, it does not. It begins with a d sound. There we go. D for donut. So donut, I'm also going to put an X on, does not begin with T. So you would cut it out and glue it along the bottom row here. It begins the D sound. All right, let's look at our third picture. Tiger. Tiger. Does tiger begin with the T sound, the t sound? Yes, it does. So we would cut this picture out and glue it onto the top row of words that begin with T. So I'm going to write a letter T on it so that I know it begins with T. Let's look at the last picture in our top row. Monkey. Monkey. Does monkey begin with a t sound? No, it does not. Monkey begins the M sound for monkey. So we're going to cut out our monkey and glue it on the bottom row of things that do not begin with T. So I'm going to put an X on it. Let's look at our last row. We're going to start down here at the bottom left. Teddy. Teddy. Does teddy begin with the letter T sound? Yes, it does. It does begin with the T for teddy. So we're going to cut that one out, glue it onto the top here of your things that begin with T, and I'm going to write a letter T on it so that we know. Let's look at the picture next to it. Tooth. Tooth. Does tooth begin with the T sound? Yes, it does. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to write a T on it, cut that one out, glue it onto the top row for things that begin with T. Let's look at our third picture here. Tap. Tap. Does tap begin with the T sound? Yeah, it does. I'm going to write a T on it. Tap. Tap is going to go onto our top row, so let's cut that tap out, glue it right up here on our top row. And our last picture here. King. King. Does king begin with our T sound? No, it does not begin with our T sound. That begins with K for king. I'm going to draw an X on it because it does not begin with T. You can cut that one out and glue it onto the bottom for things that do not begin with T. So go ahead and decorate that picture. You can color in your objects that do and do not begin with T, and you can turn that into me. I'm also going to put a little video placed in our portfolio for if you guys would like to show me how you do the T song. Okay guys, that was awesome work, and I will see you back here for math.